Atlantia vivere, Agartha vivere, Shambhala vivere, Lemuria vivere. My friends, in 2 hours I shall be at the police station. I wish to take this moment to tell you the truth, because the truth by its own power will set you free, like Jesus Christ said when I was Jesus Christ. I cannot free you, but I can tell you the truth, and the truth by its own power shall set you free. In order to survive the ethical war in Atlantis, because there are two sides, the good and the bad. Each one believes that their ethical beliefs are the ones who are the most complete. The good side are people who will accept, like my mother, even to lose all their teeth, to have the ceiling fall onto their heads, and they will do nothing because they are good. The bad ones will do whatever to take revenge. They are very active, but they are bad. They are acting against the ethical constraints of Atlantis. So I shall tell you now how to survive. And I shall begin by telling you that once you pass aside the phrase, I am better than you, I am good, you are bad, and the slight variations, I am much better than you, I am slightly better than you, I am better at this job than you, I belong here, you don't belong here, I am right and you are wrong. Once you pass those slight variation and you reach the consciousness, which is the unification of the two complementary sides, the good side and the bad side of Atlantis. Here are the sides. This is an image of the good side, the good council of Atlantis. This is an image of the bad side, the bad council of Atlantis. Because there are two great council, two high council, and so on. Because there are two sides fighting each other. Why are we so damn fool? Why do we allow ourselves to be dragged in this war, which occurs in each family? Because the purpose of ethics is to drive you towards consciousness. You can only reach consciousness if you have conflict. And the nature of the conflict is this, that in every family we have a demon and an angel. My father was a demon, my mother was an angel. My mother cast away my father, and so I sided as a child with the losing side. I became a demon, Lucifer. On other families, like the families of Laurentio Marin, they killed each other, depends how crazy they were, and he sided with the losing part. Her mother was a demon. She killed his father, who was an angel, and he became an angel, so to speak. And he seeks to destroy me because he sees Lucifer inside me, or Moloch, or whatever. Moloch is the son of Lucifer. Anyway, my father believed himself to be Lucifer. And now the conclusion is, I don't know what the conclusion is. The conclusion is that Atlantia is in much worse shape than Lemuria. You see, I'm still using ethical terms. But since today is the 608th day in the test of Agartha, and 16 cycles of 38 days have passed, from universe to minerals, from minerals to cells, from cells to plants, from plants to animals, from animals to humans, from humans to primitivism, to primitive age, to slave age, to medieval age, to ethics, which is now, to consciousness, to spirit, to light, to created gods, to uncreated qualities, to Holy Ghost, Jesus Christ, to supreme unmanifested nature, to unmanifested nature, to supreme unmanifested God. These are all completions, because we begin with the completion of the universe, the completion of the minerals, the completion of cells, and so on. And we have at the completion of this great civilization of Urantia and Agartha, Shambhala, Akasha, Atlantia, Lemuria, the dragon civilization and so on. The idea is that you cannot move past history. Both councils rejected me. I tried to make peace between them, to make them kiss each other. They both rejected me and say, if you do this again, we are going to kill you. We are going to remove you as supreme being, I don't know, praetor, president, whatever. So you cannot change them. They have to change themselves. And the history of Atlantis is the history of eternal conflict. That is why in Romania we are so drawn apart and cast against each other and crazy. Because the nature of craziness is the nature of fanatism, of siding along one side of the story. And consciousness lies at the 0 point of the pendulum. You oscillate between good and evil, and when you reach 0, you have reached consciousness. And only in staying in the consciousness and staying in the truth and love and freedom and clarity and all the other qualities, justice, mercy, purity, responsibility, beauty, omnipresence, omnipotence, omnigod, you can still reach the consensus. I'm moving slowly, I'm talking slowly because I have installed Windows 7 again and the camera is very, very slow, which means I have to upgrade video card, but unfortunately I only have 300 lines, about $100 left, because yesterday I called someone to fix because water was pouring down my neighbor's head, and I received a visit from the boy of the neighbors who had an alignment towards evil. And he looked at me and said, well, what is happening? I said, well, you know, the edge of the fuse is a little bit cut, and you know, I have to stop and close the robinet because I need to wash my clothes from time to time. So I paid 100 lines to that. But the question is that when you stay, I saw in that boy the tendency, and that is why I'm taking the risk for saying now, the tendency that in the future generations this old story will not repeat itself, because you know this repeats in every family. My grandmother, who was good, who was an angel, who killed my grandfather, who was a demon or something like that. Or anyway, my grandfather was an angel, my grandmother is a demon. And so my mother sided with the losing side, and she became an angel. And my father, in my father's family, it was the other way around. My grandfather was a demon, killed my grandmother, was an angel, and my grandfather was an angel, killed my grandmother, was a demon, and so my father sided with evil and became a devil, and in my own family. So it doesn't matter to go on and on and on, because in every family we are drawn by the others, by our own families, and it is a very painful process. The process is designed to be painful. The test of Agartha is designed to be painful, because only through suffering and death and the end of all illusions you can reach consciousness. If you see the film Zen, there is a point where a woman, a prostitute, is taken to a temple, and then she begins to bang her head against the wall and say, well, everyone is evil, blah blah blah, and the master said, yes, you are correct. And she continued to say, no one cares about their own conscience, and he said, yes, that is correct. And my child died because of medicine, because people are so cruel towards each other, and they are lazy, and they don't want to learn anything new. And he said, yes, this is correct. And she continued to say, well, what does this truth serve me? Where is God? I don't see God. I want to kill God. And he said, you don't kill God, because if you kill God or Buddha inside yourselves, all the other people around you who are still unconscious will take the opportunity to do the same. You have a responsibility. You have reached consciousness. Here is God. Here is true freedom in the realization that you cannot kill, that you cannot change the others, you can only change yourself. And so by abandoning the power, by abandoning the desire to rule over men and to try to change them, may come true freedom. And so the painful history of Atlantis, which is now into my head, comes like a series of punishments and auto-punishments. We have engaged in war against Lemuria, and they taken 2/3 of our property. Then we took the 2/3 of theirs. We had countless galaxies and many levels of science and prosperity. And one time the people in the council reached that consciousness that we are hurting ourselves in this war. So they decided to destroy Atlantis, to destroy ourselves, to kill ourselves, and in the process to kill the Lemurians too, because the main line in Lemuria is, I am more conscious than you, I am much more conscious than you, I am a little bit more conscious than you, I am a greater master than you are, or I am more spiritual than you. That comes later. I am, when you reach 10 dimensions, I am at the end of my road, you are only at the beginning of the road. I have suffered more than you had. I can see the better part of myself, you cannot. I can see the left wing of that fly, you can see the right wing. I can see that crack on the wall, you cannot see it. And so people of Lemuria, people of Japan, people of China, also the logical people which are more spiritual, the black race of Africa, they all see in logic, in consciousness, in observing the nature, the path towards success. But if I had a nickel, a cent, for every time someone from Atlantis told me I am better than you, or I am good, you are evil, or people from Lemuria told me I am more conscious than you, I'm seeking to spread my consciousness, although you cannot spread your consciousness in the world, because most of other people will choose to remain unconscious, because in unconsciousness they can make silly decisions like, should I take the yellow yogurt or the red yogurt? Should I arrest this guy or that guy? Doesn't matter. Should I take that path with my car or the other path? It doesn't matter. And this old trap of Artemis, you deserve more than 1,000, more than 10,000, more than 100,000, more than million, more than 10 million, more than 111 million. But you have to wait, you have to wait, you have to wait, you have to wait. No. I'm nearly my Christmas. Please put an end to this. Give me as much as, and I shall be with you if I'm not arrested today. And I shall remain in my consciousness, and I shall refuse with obstination, even if it will cost my position in the head of the great councils, to abandon this position of neutrality, because only by pursuing this inside me I can convince others to pursue that. So now you know the truth. It also happened in Agatha and Shambhala, the bacteria of wine, and my little beloved bacteria and unicellular beings. They give 25% themselves, 75% to the others. We in Atlantis and Lemuria give 50% to us, 50% to the others. The girls with which I have met yesterday, who was serving tea at the tea house, I talked with her. She's also bacteria from Agartha. I'm sorry if she had trouble because of me, because I wanted to raise the consciousness of the owner, and I picked up the phone number and I didn't call her, I texted her a message, an SMS, and I told her that people who are closed inside People who are the most hard to love are also the people who need our love the most. And also you should notice that in most ethical being fights, women win, because women have the heart and the strength of a man, this energetic strength, while men are more inclined towards love and care, and women are more inclined towards rigidity and something like that, respecting the rules, which is also needed in the education of children. So someone told me, a man, that living with a woman is like living with a cat all your life. I want you, Britney, I want you. Please, come. I cannot take it anymore. Goodbye, I love you.